Richest women in the world. See who made the list. When it comes to the richest people in the world, you know that money and power go hand in hand with success. But what about women? Today, there's an increasing number of female billionaires on the planet who made their fortunes through smart investments, entrepreneurial genius, or even marrying into wealth. If you're looking to add some female billionaires to your list of favorite celebrities and influencers, you've come to the right place. Women who are billionaires generally have a low profile. In fact, the wealthiest women in the world, all of whom are billionaires by the way, do not like to be the center of attention. Most of them I had no idea who they were until I did my research. Number 10, Abigail Johnson. You may have heard us say that sometimes we have daddy issues, which we joke about, but apparently, this is what Abigail Johnson is grappling with. Abby Johnson took over Fidelity Investments in 2014, and her grandfather, Edward C. Johnson, created the company in 1946. This has been passed down for generations. What about her life though? When she was in school, she went to graduate school and received a degree in art history. You can only imagine that as a child, she didn't worry about how she could make it later in life. Few years after graduating from Harvard School of Business, which she doesn't need to go into, but that's okay. Here's her estate. I'd probably get lost in Milton, Massachusetts too. Abigail manages about 45,000 employees throughout the world. But she does not appreciate publicity. Many people see her as someone who makes smart and bold decisions since she has taken over the company, as her unique abilities have allowed the company to regain many lost clients. Forbes ranked her among the world's most powerful women based on her success and firm personality. Her professional endeavors are just one part of her life. She also has a lovely family. Chris McCown, her husband, runs a healthcare information company with two beautiful daughters. Number 9, Iris Fontbona. This octogenarian billionaire, with her origins in Chile, is a mining magnate, media proprietor, and philanthropist. I don't have to mention how wealthy she is in Chile or Latin America, the first two being Carlos Slim Helu and German Laria Mota Velasco from Mexico. I'm sure you're curious about how she accumulated so much wealth. Simply put, she was married to a very wealthy man. When the mining magnate's husband died of cancer in 2005, he bequeathed Antofagasta, the mining company he had founded, to his three sons and his wife. Antofagasta is now the second largest mining company in the world. Even though they're one of the richest families in the world, they have made sure to also spread their wealth into other industries, such as banking, shipping, food and beverages, telecommunications, and agriculture. In addition to her Chilean mansion, she has two other residences in London and Liechtenstein. Both of them are larger than mega malls. The owner of a resort in Croatia, Iris Fontbona, does not enjoy being in the spotlight. She usually declines interviews. Number 8, Miriam Adelson. Designer clothing, award ceremonies, giant pyramids of jewelry. Honestly, you might think she got her money the easy way. That's not the case. However, before this glamorous lifestyle, Miriam studied medicine in Israel, where she was born, married Ariel Aukshorn, who was also a doctor, but they later divorced. After a stroke of luck, she met Sheldon Adelson on a blind date in 1991. This was the most perfect blind date ever because he turned out to be a billionaire who owns Las Vegas Sands. In addition, he owns 50% of the casinos in the world. The two got together and got married. Miriam and Sheldon were the strongest supporters of Donald Trump and were his largest donors. They contributed a large amount of money to his presidential campaigns. But Mrs. Adelson is said to have stated that Trump deserves a spot in the Bible because of his support for Israel. Unfortunately, Sheldon died in 2021. However, her wife Miriam inherited his large fortune. There's a lot going on with her besides running a casino and Donald Trump's presidential campaign, including owning a newspaper for Israeli nationals. Number 7. Suzanne Cladden. After searching around for a few tidbits about her life, I have come to realize that she is one of the richest women in Germany. From an early age, she studied business, finance, and marketing. Cladden is not self-made woman. When her father passed away, she inherited much of his fortune, including a 50% stake in Atlanta, a pharmaceutical and chemicals manufacturer, and a 12.5% stake in the automobile giant BMW. Like many other billionaires, she has a host of other business ventures, and she currently owns a share in a few different businesses. Suzanne met her now ex-husband Jane Cladden in 1990, and they later had three children. It was revealed in 2007 that she was romantically involved with a Swiss con man, whose surname is Kellogg. After she filed a complaint against him, he was arrested, but managed to swindle her out for 7 million euros before being caught. The affair led to Suzanne and her husband splitting up for unknown reasons in 2018. Number 6. Gina Reinhardt. Reinhardt is the executive chairwoman of Hancock Prospecting, a mining company that her father, Lang Hancock, founded. However, her story is different because the company was bankrupt when she inherited it. Reinhardt transformed the company into Australia's largest private business. Through her efforts, she made a fortune and was able to invest into other businesses. Despite her first marriage to a man named Greg Milton, her life is not completely drama-free. Bianca and John were their two kids, but their marriage was short-lived. She later married Frank Reinhardt, a corporate lawyer and executive who had two other children, Hope and Gina. But her relationship with them has been turbulent, primarily over inheritance and position in the company. I was surprised to learn that she did not attend either of their weddings, and it is apparent that she favors her younger daughters more than the older ones. Number 5. Jacqueline Mars. Perhaps you are aware that Mars Incorporated is the owner of the Milky Way, Twix, and Snickers line of candy, in addition to the M&M's and Mars brands. In addition to candy, the company owns major pet food brands like Whiskas and Royal Canin. And don't forget, Jacqueline's estate in New Jersey is listed for $2 million, and she also has residences in Virginia and Washington that are all over sunshine and rainbows, right? Well, I can get kind of dark. In 2013, she was allegedly involved in a vehicular collision in which she was allegedly fell asleep while driving her Porsche and struck a minivan. These events caused two deaths and many injuries. I guess those are ups and downs of life. Number 4. Mackenzie Scott. After her divorce from Jeff Bezos, founder and executive chairman of Amazon, Scott became the third richest woman in the United States and fourth richest woman in the world. Scott had seemingly humble beginnings. She is Amazon's first employee in 1993, and her father was a financial planner. Her mother was a homemaker. They had 4 children, including a daughter who was adopted from China, and she played a very active role from its early days. As a result, she pursued a degree in English at Princeton University. Toni Morrison described her as one of the best students she'd ever had, having won the American Book Award for her debut novel, The Testing of Luther Albright. Scott is actively engaged in philanthropic activities for charitable organizations. In 2020, she gave away about $5.8 billion to working for charities, making it one of the largest donations ever made by an individual to a working charity. Number 3. Julia Koch. Koch graduated from the University of Central Arkansas and then worked as a model. It was amazing to see how young she looked. For some time, she was a fashion designer, doing fittings for Nancy Reagan and even owning a clothing store like her parents. Her first date with David Koch, who would cause her to become a billionaire someday, gave her no impression. She did not like him at all. They didn't fall in love at first sight, but somehow she decided to give him a second chance and they started dating. She quit her job in 1993 and married David in 1996. In August of 2019, when her husband passed away, Julia and their three children inherited 42% of the company. At the moment, Julia has three residences, but she plans to sell her apartment at 740 Park Avenue. Would you like to buy it? Number 2, Alice Walton. Alice Walton was raised in Arkansas until she graduated with a bachelor's degree in economics and began her career as a money manager and equity analyst, as well as founding an investment bank called Lama Company. She was also influential in other roles. I think it's fair to conclude that Walton was quite hardworking, as she helped develop Northwest Arkansas Regional Airport. I don't think Walton merely sat around waiting for an inheritance. She was influential in developing the Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art Bentonville, Arkansas, due to her passion for art. In 1989, in 1989, Walton caused the death of a 50-year-old woman in an accident. Number 1, Francois Betancourt Myers. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to present to you the wealthiest woman on the planet. Drumroll please. Francois Betancourt Myers. Her grandfather founded L'Oreal, and their mother Lillian Betancourt, a French heiress, socialite, and businesswoman with many shares in the company, passed away in 2017. Therefore, this fortune, raised as a strict Catholic, made Francois' fortune triple. Francois is so committed to her religion that she has written several religious texts. When the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris caught in fire in 2019, she donated 226 million towards repairing it. So there you have it, the richest women in the world. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, and comment.